and welcome. I'm Trish, and you're at Trish's Creative Treasures. How are you all doing today? I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good time. I hope you're all in a good, happy, positive moment. Let's see. It's January 9th. So we have 9 more days of Mercury retrograde, if y'all know what I mean by that. When you're looking at astrology and everything, Mercury retrograde is like like when you know what's coming and you know what it is and what it stands for, you're like, no, not Mercury. And that could be why I have been in a blah, kind of down kind of way. And I don't think I'm depressed. I'm just like blah, I don't know. It's when you're stuck and you can't really do anything and you have to sit and watch everybody else get up, good, do this, you can do that. Like I had to cancel my chiropractor appointment. So usually on Wednesdays we go to the chiropractor and then we go to Walmart and then we get the groceries or whatever else we need for the week. And we do that once a month. Hey, Storm, you coming? Come on. And I haven't even been able to do that for the past 2 weeks. I've had to not be able to go and can't go anywhere because it has been raining nonstop here. That the mud, you're not going in my yarn, buddy. You can either stay here with mom or go back to playing with your sister. So it's like quicksand. So like I can't go out my front door because it is just steep steps to go up and down to get down to where the cars are. Or we also in the back, my back door, you can pull all the way up and then you have my yard, but we can take my wheelchair from the car over to the porch where there I use my walker to get in the house. Because you can't fit the wheelchair in my door and can't fit it through my house. I have a small, if you know what I mean by 1800s, house built that they're built like a maze to get through. Like you have to go in. I have a big back room where the washer, dryer, my freezer, the mud room, all that's back there. And then you have to go through like a doorway. There's no door on it. It's just a doorway to get to the kitchen. And then you walk through my kitchen. There's a doorway to get into the living room. And then there's a front door to go outside. And in the kitchen, there's steps to go up. And then you have the very front. Above my living room is my bedroom. My craft room now is above my kitchen. And then my bathroom is above the laundry room. And then the whole 3rd floor is the whole size of the house, which is Draken's room now, because that is actually made into a bedroom, drop ceiling. It has its own heat, its own electric, everything. It's a nice room, except it's pink. Tiana painted it pink. He wants to paint it gray. So we'll get there eventually. But I figured I would get on here today and just catch up to base with you and show you guys what I've been working on, what I've been doing. I don't have anything officially made finished. Nothing big. I've been working on little stuff. But let me show you this. The one thing I've been doing that I'm proud of myself is, now this is not pretty because, like I said, I'm just learning. But I learned to knit. Just the knit stitch. I don't know how to do the other ones. And I figured I'm going to wait till I have this down pat where it looks pretty and I don't have these big loopy things or whatever. But I'm just using scrap yarn, and what I do is after so long, I'm probably just going to take this off and start over. And that's what I'm just doing with this. This poor skein has been undone and made up. Undone and made up so many times because it took me forever to get the hang of it. Now, I haven't done it in like 2-3 days, so I may have to like readjust. But I finally started getting my, when you're doing the whole knitting part, which I am doing the continental. I watched a bunch of videos, but the one that worked for me and the one that went ding, 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 ding was Kalina of My Own Utopia. She just did it nice and slow and, she just encourages you. You're like, you're doing it. You got it. She just talks wonderful through her video, but she has the camera nice and close where you can actually see what she's doing while she's explaining it. Where other ones tell you and you can see from a distance what they're doing, but not close enough. So this is the first thing that I've done. So this is one thing that is on my goals list that I wanted to do last year that I didn't do, that I put on for this year, is to learn to knit. So I started that. So goal 1 is started, not finished, because I don't know how to do it all. And it may take me the whole year because it's an odd concept, but I'm doing the continental way of crocheting. The, what was the other kind it's called? There's continental and there's another one. They're different styles of how you hold your yarn and your needles and all that. So the other way, I just couldn't. I mean, it was just too awkward in my hands. Continental, I think, like she said, being a crocheter, you still hold your yarn in the hand that you hold your yarn in when you're crocheting. So that makes it very much so easier for me to do. Where is this yarn coming from here? There we go. Okay, so that is thing number 1. Dun, 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 dun. And for those who are wondering, I have not worked on my Christmas blanket in weeks. I have to, but I'm trying to get this done, and I do so much every day. Oh, where's the top of it? Right here. Where's my yarn? There it is, because I'm pulling out stitches. You get up here. You pull out a big loop. But here is Pierce's blanket, my grandson, the newborn one. So I did get, and there goes my yarn ball on the floor. I got quite a bit done on here. Like it's about halfway done. So I got about another half to go. And I just started, I have 4 skeins of this. So it will be perfect because this was 2. I just put on last night and maybe I got like not even a row done because I started getting really sleepy and like doing the head knots. But I got 2 more skeins to put on and this will be finished. So I can get this off my arm. My diamond painting that I'm working on. I have got quite a bit done. So I have all this dark stuff done. I got a lot done of the cat. I got half the fairy done. So this was easier just to start with the outside because when I don't have those little square things that you can put on to cover up and then you just only do like a square at a time. I am one that I get these boxes and I haven't even, they're all upstairs, so I'm not even doing that. I get these boxes and they have separate little, almost like pill things in there that you can put something in. And there is 20, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. There might be 25 to 30 slots, okay, that you can put. So I always put my drills in there because I have Sharpie that I've marked each box. And I put a sticker on each box of what project, you know, what diamond painting it goes to. But down here I don't have any of that. That stuff's all upstairs. And like I said, my craft stuff, I can't get to it right now. So for those that I owe stuff to, I really apologize. I know I gotta send something out for Neva. That's not Neva's, but it's for Rainy. And then I gotta send something out to Kenyatta from Kenyatta Creates. I think those are the 2 that I owe stuff to. So ladies, I do apologize. It's gonna come. I have not forgotten you. And Bella, I will get your candles made. And Neva, I will get your candles made. I just finally found the box that we're cleaning up the craft room. That has the fireplace fragrance oil in. So once I can get back upstairs and have everything organized, I will get that stuff made. So I am doing some make-alongs just for fun. It's something that I chose to do for myself and invited anybody that would be interested in doing it with me. The first one is Weekly Makes Grannies 2023. And this is where I challenged everybody to make at least just one. If that's all, you can make as many as you want, but at least one granny square a week. So that way you can put them away. And then if something happens that you need to make a gift for somebody real quick, or save them up to make them for Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, you can make blankets, you can make purses, you can make cardigans, you can make steering wheel covers, you can, I mean it's endless what you can do with just granny squares. So the past few days, I have the 2 blue and I have the 2 purple, so you guys saw those already. Purple's over there, I can't reach it. So I have made this this one, and this one. This came from when I was making Tina's blanket, the rainbow one that I made, that I used the red heart stripes that I call my tie-dye blanket. I needed more of the polo stripes, and when I went up there, all the polo stripes, this is muted. It's not even the right color. Like, the right color is bright, and these are not bright, and the yarn feels very thick compared to normal. So they had to have an oopsie or a mess up in it. So, because when I had to use the last little bit that I had to use to finish that blanket, it didn't match the polo stripes that I had, but at the last minute I couldn't get anything else, so I was stuck having to use this. So I just decided to make granny squares out of it, and I did use up that whole thing because these I'm making so that way I can turn these into squares. But for those that watch Krista, The Secret Yarnery, she did that like polka dot blanket. So I made, and I might be missing some of these because they fell behind the sofa and Jim could only reach so much. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I'm missing one of these because I made 6. So I made this one, this one, this one, and that one. And I'm missing, nope, these I made 4 of the blue, as you've already seen them. And I'm missing one of these. I made 4 of the purple. And I'm missing one of these. So I made 3 like this. This is, oh goodness, what's this called? It's Hobby Lobby. And it's my favorite, like, polka dot one, that, or like speckled one. It has like the hot pink and the purple, and it has like a deep purpley, I mean, another like a plum kind of color, and yellow and orange. So I can't remember what it's called. And then I just, for something different, I put some color into it. So those are the circles I have made so far that I need to spend the time of putting it into squares. But I'm just keeping my circles in a bag. I went and got a bag. I had Jim get me a bag yesterday from upstairs just so I could put them in and not get them messed up. So the other thing that I'm doing, make along on my group, on my Facebook channel, is #monthly graphalong 2023. So I am getting a bunch of free graphs, and what I'm doing is I'm sharing the picture on my Trisha's Creative Treasures group. And what I'm doing then is I am sitting and reading the graph and actually handwriting out a pattern, so it's a little bit easier for you guys. Now, it's not like one single crochet, blah, 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 blah. If you know graphs, you know that everything's done in single crochets unless it's something stated differently, okay? But this is the first one that I've done that is like written out, and I have this on my channel. Now this is just a small, so if you follow the actual pattern the way that it's written, you get this little square like this, okay? This here I've added on myself, and I've added on a border to it. So this, I'm actually going to use this as like a decorative piece, you know, just hanging in my craft room. I love this. So I'm going to make something bigger with this. I mean, I can extend it a little bit. I can extend it a lot. It's all depends on the stitch count that you use. So yes, I'm going to just play around with that. So that is the graph that I have. I do have 2 more. I put the pictures for the gnome one there, and a couple, and something else. The other ones that I have, like Valentine's Day ones, the Valentine's Day ones that I found, like the ones that are hearts or whatever, I've put on there. I have started writing out the patterns. The gnome, I do have that done. I just need to find the time to be able to find the time. I have lots of time in the world. It's just I've been crocheting a lot, actually, guys, and working on my diamond painting. So I will get them put up on my group, so that way if you want to make that, you have what you need. You can follow just watching the graph that is on my page, or you can wait till I put up the written instructions. So yes, that is the hashtag monthly graph-along 2023. So in my group, there are topics. So there's one for the weekly Makes Granny 2023, and there's one for the weekly graph-along 2023. So if you're putting a post up with what you make, because put it in there, I want to see what you're making. Just put the hashtag, weekly Makes Grannies 2023 in, your post, above your picture. And if you're doing a graph along, same thing. I want to see what you're making. Yes, because it is so much fun. It's like having your best friends, but you're all so far away and we only get to type to each other or send voice messages, or we can video chat or whatever. But it's, it's the best way and the only way we can all do things together, So another one of my goals of what I want to do is learn mosaic crochet. So this is like the beginner friendly one that I did this last night. So this is the Apache Tears. So, and then I did around. I've been watching Tina. I think, like, to me it would be Tina, but it's Tinna, so I guess it's Tina. I think she pronounces it Tina on her videos. So she has lessons that she has on there for mosaic crochet, or she calls it her mosaic. And Courtney from Fiber Fox Studio also teaches. So I've been watching both of them, just trying to get the different patterns and understanding what they do. So this is the first one I've done. I'm proud of it. And I watched the video and I learned how to do the double border. So I have a double border on this, and it hides all them ends. So yeah, so next time it'll be a little bit of a bigger project, I think, but yeah, that was what I started with my makes. Did I make anything else? I don't think so. That's what I've been doing. Some new things that I got in. I did get a set of aluminum circular crochet hooks, but they're in my medication bag, so I'm not even gonna pull them out. But these I got after I ordered the aluminum ones and I started watching more videos. They said as a beginner it is easier to work with a bamboo or plastic hook, and that is correct. I've got these, they work great. Like, these don't keep rolling up, like they go straight. So these are all I got, except for what's on what I have already with stuff knitted on them. So I did get these. These were pretty cheap. I think these were $7.99 on Amazon. So if anybody's interested, let me know. I can give you a link to it. So, and I got myself some, I have the purple one I'm using, but I got some new diamond painting pens. Are those just not cute? So I got those pretty cheap. Let me see if I can sit up here, guys. My hips don't let me move too well anymore. I can't sit up. I just... So I did show this in another video, but I just got this in today. As exciting it is.
Mom, I won.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Is this not ever beautiful? Look at this, look at this. Sparkly pink. Ah. So this is an Omi, O-M-M-I hook. It is resin. This is a 5mm. And I'm a Froms fan, okay? I mean, not from Furls. Froms was the kind of shears I liked for hair cutting. But Furls is awesome. I love them. But they're so pricey. These are like $12. And if you break one because you dropped it, it doesn't hurt your feelings as much as breaking a Furls. Yeah. I have the one hook that I got that came from India that I waited and waited and waited. Nope, I can't get in there. My pills are falling. So we'll just let that be. But it was the one that I showed you that was the wood with that pink and white resin in the center. It was gorgeous. I loved it. And I used it all the time. It was a 5.5. And I dropped it on carpet, but it hit the side of my bed where it's wood. And it didn't even drop it hard. Just that little bit of drop. It just broke the tip right off where this part is. So that was a $40 hook. Now some people maybe $40 isn't bad. But for me, I don't even buy shoes that cost $40. Like, I'm a clearance sale person. Like $10, $12, $20. But, you know, when you've been a single mom and you've been sporting kids, and now I help with my grandkids and everything, you become very cheap. At least I have, you know, at least for stuff that I get for myself. So, yeah. $12? Heck yeah. I got a bunch of these that I've been getting myself. And for those that I owe Christmas presents to, they will be coming, guys. I just, till I paid my bills this month and got some stuff that my kids really needed, like, and then we got like the toilet paper and the deodorants, the shampoos, that, you know how it goes. My money was all gone because I was really hoping to get this, and I should have saved my Christmas money and did it, but I figured I didn't. You know, I didn't get my check in yet, and I didn't realize how much I was due to pay because I don't pay attention to this stuff, you know. And I need to get a better. That's why I got a journal. That's the other thing I got, not a journal, but I've never been a planner person, but the way that my memory's going and I can't think anymore or anything, I need to have some sort of organization that I can look down and read. Now that it's gonna be making myself sit down to write everything, you know, because I think about sometimes with certain things I think, oh, I should have written that down, but I don't write it down because it's a pain in the butt to have to get the book and write it down. But if I keep this beside me for most of the time, I gotta write down my doctor's appointments and what time, you know, I gotta write down what I want to do for videos. I gotta schedule out my videos. I want to get more consistent with my videos and have certain days for certain things, you know. So, yeah, we are going to do that. So, yeah, that is, oh, the other thing I got, which I love this. So, I started ordering things from Temu. So, I will have, as soon as it comes in, a pretty significant haul from Temu that I had done a couple weeks ago. And that way I can share it with you. But when you have a Temu account, you can get free gifts, but you have to have 5 people sign up under you. So, if anybody would like to sign up with Temu, let me know, because I can give you a code and a link that will also get you a percentage off if you download the app. So, and then you will help me get things that I want or need. But this is, I've been wanting one of these for so long. It is a Bluetooth speaker, and look at this. It is loud. It is bassy because I love my bass music. I'm not like a rap bass, but I love bass. Like I'm a rock and roll, heavy metal, you know, Five Finger Death Punch, all that kind of stuff. I love how this changes colors. But I also love my just very ballads kind of music that you can feel. Like, if you know music, you sing, you play an instrument or whatever, if you understand what I mean, you can feel the emotions of the music. You feel it. It's not just like, you know, you're beating along or whatever. I'm a pianist. I sing, you know, I do all that, and I can sit and I can feel the emotions of the music. And that's why I love ballads, because sometimes for stuff that has no words written at all, it's just the music, it's almost like you can understand the music, and by the tones, you know, majors and minors, and just the way that the music goes, you can understand it. And what stinks though is I wish I had room to put it, because my dad's getting rid of stuff. Like, he's engaged again. Well, not again, but he's engaged to his girlfriend, Deborah, now. She's very nice. It's just, my mom's only been gone a year, and it's like, you guys were together for almost 60 years. You moved on pretty fast there, Pops. Like, I knew he had the girlfriend and stuff, and, you know, at first he was saying that they were never going to live together, they were never going to share bank accounts, they, you know, like, were never going to be physical together, blah, they were going to be companions and stuff. But he's a man, and he's one of those Christians that you can't do, you know, without being married. And, you know, my dad's still only 73, 74, I think. No, I don't know. He's in like the low 74, 75, between 73 and 75. I can't remember which one. But, let me see. I am 8 for 9, 15. So he would be 75 because my mom and him were 20 years old when they had my sister, and my sister's 7 years older than me, so I can keep track of things that way. But yes, he's just getting rid of stuff in his house, and we were there for Christmas, and it's just kind of made me sad because there's nothing of my mother there anymore. It's like, why? Her pictures are down. A lot of her knickknack stuff that she loved is down. It just hurts, you know? It's like it's so soon. But, anyways, what got me talking about that is my piano needs tuned real bad. That piano my parents got when I was very young because my mom started me in piano lessons at a very young age. I mean, before kindergarten, young. So he was saying about the piano, how it's old and clunky. And I said, hey, don't you get rid of my piano. That's my piano. He says, well, take it home with you. And I'm like, seriously? He says, yeah, I want it out. And I'm like, Dad, where am I going to put it? I don't have, like, my Hope cedar chest that my grandfather made for me, my mom's stepdad, but he was the grandfather that I grew closer to because my mom's biological father, we didn't see very much. And he was he was great when he was great, but he had a temper on him. And if you just looked at him crooked, he wanted to come after you and beat the crap out of you. So it was always like you were leery with Pat Jerry, which was my mom's biological father. But Pat Marlin, which was my mom's stepdad, we always saw them. We went to my grandparents all the time because my mom's biological father was in Racetown all the time. So we went there a couple of times a year for vacation. But at least monthly, we went to my grandparents' house. And in the summer, well, we used to live right down the street when I was little, you know, so we would go every day because my grandmother's from England. So we would have tea and cookies every afternoon, and they put a pool in for us kids. So I was the water bug. You could never get me out. I still remember I was little enough that when they were filling in the water, I remember walking down to where it was filling up in the bottom and then walking back up, and my dad picking me up and pulling me out because the water was so cold you couldn't stand in it. But we would swim all the time, even when we moved to York, because we went from Elizabethtown, which is right out of Hershey. So we lived maybe 10-15 minutes from Hershey Park. So, and we lived literally a mile, you know, up the road from my grandparents. So we were at my grandparents all the time when I was little. And then we moved to York because my dad got a different job as a police. He was a police chief. Well, he was just a cop in Lower Swatara. And then he got the police chief position in West Manchester, York. So we lived in York, Pennsylvania till I was like 10. So we lived in Elizabethville till I was 5. And then at 5, I moved to York. And then at 10, we moved to this little town called Barrysburg, which is right down the road from Gratz. So if I say Barrysburg, people are like, eh. So if I say Gratz, some people understand where I'm coming from around here. And then we moved when I was almost 15, like 4 days before my 15th birthday. We moved here to Hamburg, and I've been in Hamburg, Pennsylvania ever since, and I love it here. I don't want to move from here. I don't want to. Nope. I do. I like it here. My job that I worked at for 25 years was literally 3 minutes down the road. It took me 3 minutes to get to work, unless I got stoplights, and it took me 5 minutes. And then the job I had before that, when I was a teenager and living with my parents, it was a salon. I had to walk across the street too. So I'm very spoiled with not having to go a distance to go to work, but I can't go to work anymore anyways because now I'm disabled. But I love it here. I have friends like everywhere we go, because Jim and I, we had saved money to get a second car because his car is ready to take a poop. There's no heat in it. There's no air conditioning in it, and it just keeps breaking down. And it's not going to pass inspection this coming year because of underneath is rusting out. So he is actually going to try to have his friend maybe weld and fix it so we could have that as a spare car. But we've been watching on Hamburg Marketplace because we wanted to get something a little bit bigger for family and with something with 4-wheel drive. So that way if we find a place to move to and there's a hill or it's in the mountains, because that's what we really would like. We're not in town. Like, it takes 3 to 5 minutes to get in town from where I live, but where I live is out away from everything. Like, there's like nothing here. It's just my big building, which is 6 houses all connected. And the majority of people that live in this houses are all family. It's all like Jim's the Dries family. I remember our landlord used to say, well, we should just call this Dries Lane. But, um, anyways, we do eventually. We've been trying and wanting to get out of here. And it's to the point now because the houses are falling apart and the landlord doesn't fix anything. When you take a shower, and it doesn't matter if it's like Jim's house is right next door to mine, okay? So there's a thin wall in between our houses. So when you take a shower, our bathrooms are connected. So there are 6 houses here, and I'm 6, Jim's 5. So our bathrooms and the water system is connected. Same with 4 and 3, and theirs are connected. 2 and 1 are connected, if you understand what I mean. So there's a leak somewhere in the pipes, and it started being like a light drip, and it blew. Like the drywall in my laundry room came down, and so the waterfall comes to my house. So even if they take a shower at Jim's or you take a shower at my house, we have to have a tote now underneath that because literally I have a waterfall of water coming through. The electric doesn't work in my laundry room anymore, so we have to run extension cords to the kitchen when you want to do laundry. Yeah. I have a brand new dryer, but can't use it because there's no electric, so I can't plug it into the special outlet that you need for the dryer. My chest freezer, we have to have an extension cord and run that into the kitchen to plug it in to keep the freezer going. And we have like a lamp out there to keep light in there because the light don't work, the electric. And I'm really thinking it has to be from the water. I mean, because before we knew that the water was going, my light went out like 2 years ago. That's the first thing that went. And this past summer, the electric stopped working. So it can work. Jim can go down and turn it on, but it seems to be when the water goes, the electric goes out, which obviously makes sense there. And he's always got to put his muck boots on. And I have a big shelf that has all my canned goods on it in front of the basement door. So he has to move that shelf out. And the basements are disgusting here. They're a dirt floor and they're full of mud because we have underground springs here. And my backyard, you have part of it that's flat and then it starts to go up on a slight hill and then it goes up into the woods. And this underground springs run underground, and when it rains, when it snows or anything, you get water in your basements. There's always water. So there's a cement slab at the front part of the houses that sit up higher that has your furnace, your hot water heater, all that stuff on down there, and that's where the box is. So he's got to put on his muck boots to go down and walk in disgusting, yucky, gross, muddy water which happened last night because we had the roaster oven going and not even thinking about it, Draken went to use the microwave and it knocked everything out. So Jim had to go down in the basement, put on the muck boots to fix the electric again. And he just is like, oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me, because he hates going down there because they're gross, and they're so cobwebby. Like when he comes up, he's just covered in cobwebs. And I'm just like Indiana Jones style cobwebs, it's like, oh, better you than me. But I couldn't go down there even if I wanted to because there is mold in the basements and I'm like deathly allergic to mold. Yeah, I breathe in any of that and I will be needing you to call an ambulance to get me an EpiPen shot because then I'm like, I can't have amoxicillin, anything in the penicillin family. And then I just swell up and I get hives all over and I can't breathe and it's just a bad situation. So yeah, I can't even give the kids any amoxicillin. Like when they were little, I used to have somebody else give them their medicine because if I opened the liquid bottle and when you're getting it out and if I got it on my fingers, oh my God, it would give me now it wouldn't give me the anaphylactic part of it, but it would give me the horrible swelling and the hives on my skin, but it didn't internally affect me. But the older I get, the worse the allergies getting to the amoxicillin and mold. So that is another reason we want to get out of here because I don't really run my furnace that much. I don't keep it where my furnace is constantly going because it's blowing air out from the basement. And every year when winter comes along and you have heat, what happens? Trish gets sick. So that's why I have bought this beautiful, beautiful entertainment stand, and it's fairly large, and it has a fake fireplace in it that heats. And let me tell you what, that sucker heats. After a while it's on, I'm like, shut it off, man, I'm too hot. And everyone else is like, it feels good in here. My kitchen is an ice box, but we do have to put a blanket between the kitchen, the doorway that you have to walk through to go from my laundry room into my kitchen room, because the laundry room it's not heated, and for the washing machine to be used, you have to run a hose out the back window and then down into the sewer pipes. So like my back, it had a blanket and, duct taped in there and stuff, but Jim took it out to put a new hose in there because my hose like dry rotted. So we put a new hose in there, and he never put anything back in the window to fill it in. So luckily I haven't gotten any snakes or critters or anything come in my house because of that, but you can feel the cold air just swoosh right in from that. So I have something to put over that doorway to keep that cold air in there. And so that way in my kitchen, we can open this up a little bit, because this will heat up to 1,000 square feet. Well, my kitchen and my living room are nowhere near 1,000 square feet. Upstairs, it's not as cold as the kitchen. The heat rises. So, and in my bedroom, if it's cold, I have one of those old, like a wood stove looking kind of fireplace up there that's electric, and that will heat up my room, and what is now my craft room used to be Draken's room. And we have a little heater in the bathroom that you just run for a little bit before you go to take a shower, because it's freezing in the bathroom if you do not. Draken just gets in and gets out. He don't even bother. Sometimes even when the electric's not working because it went out and no one went down to put it back on, he just puts a flashlight in there and takes a shower in the dark. Me, it's a little bit more tricky because I have to go down the steps, because you have to go down steps to get into my bathroom and then walk over, and then I have to use the walker to get through, and then I have a shower chair and I have to have help getting in and out. So that is the fun part of it. Hi, Raven. So, all right, guys, I have blabbered off for quite a while now, so I am going to let you go. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a video. And leave me a comment, guys, and give me a thumbs up, please. That just really helps get my content out there. Share my channel, because yes, we got me to 500 by Christmas. I was at my 500, and thank you all so much, because so many of you shared my channel on your social media sites, and so many of you just really shouted me out and really helped me get to my goal. And I did have 507 at Christmas time, and now I have 503. So, you can't please them all. I don't know if that's one of, how YouTube puts things on and then takes it off. Or it could even be YouTube, because it seems to be you get so far and YouTube pushes you back so far. I don't know. But I want to get to 1,000, because it would really help me out financially if I can get monetized. Yes, I'm on disability, but it's a fixed income and there's only so much. And it's not like when I was working, I had the opportunity to be able to do all that. Do you need something, Rafe?
Oh, I didn't know when dinner's going to be done.
I don't know. Your dad's making spaghetti, so ask him.
I didn't know if he said it already.
Nope, he hasn't been. He's probably over there sleeping.
Okay.
This is the time of night, he's sitting in his chair and he's watching the news.
He's resting his eyes.
Yes, he's watching the news through his eyeballs. You got it. So yes, leave me a comment, guys. I love getting to know each and every one of you, becoming such wonderful friends with you guys, and I appreciate those friendships more than you know. I'm a lonely person. I really am. I'm alone most of the time. I have no physical friendships. I mean, I have my friend Lynn that comes over every now and then. There for a while, we couldn't get together at all because she didn't have a vehicle, and now she's got a car, but she still has stuff that she has to do. So yes, I get to see her. She was over yesterday. And in the summertime, it's not so bad because I can go outside and it's like everybody comes out from their hibernation of their houses and everybody lives out back. Like not hardly anybody's inside their houses. Like we've got these huge yards in the woods and the kids all play together and they're all running from one end of the building to the other end. Number one, they've got two boys that Drake can plays with, and they have the swimming pool, and they've got the big trampoline. They've got the swing set and the slide, and blah blah. Josie loves going over there to play, and then we have the little baby pool over here. But I've got like the area where they like to run in the sprinkle. We have the slip and slide. Um, I have a big tote where they have Play-Doh stuff, foam, all the messy stuff that I don't like them playing with in the house. They get to play with outside. And I have the snacks. Shelly always has the snacks down there too. But yeah, it's usually down there or up here. And then we all share having bonfires and s'mores, or we're grilling out tonight. Everybody. So it's like everybody's welcome to come over. It's just how we are. But anyways, I love you all. I hope you all have a great night. And I will see you all on the next one. Bye.